I want to say happy Labor Day weekend to everybody who's out here taking care of their families, taking care of their responsibilities, and who's been putting in the endless hours, because in today's economy, everybody needs more than one stream of income. So welcome to the Generational Investors Podcast. And I want to talk with you what's going on in today's crypto space. That's right. In the crypto market, things has been going crazy. Price has been dipping. It's been kind of going up. So without further ado, we're going to share with you today. I'm going to share with you today on the big three. And if you stay tuned towards the end, there's a bonus. There's a bonus. And I am not just talking motivation. I'm not just talking strategy, but there's a bonus that I want to share with you. And what's going on in XRP. XRP, more than 90. That's right. Last time I checked, more than 90 crypto ETFs are pending SEC approval. Last time I checked, there was 92. So it could be more than 92. But the SEC approval led by XRP and Solana. The SEC is expected. They're saying the approval of the XRP ETF around about October 18th to the 23rd. So definitely want to mark your calendar because we are getting close. We are getting close to what could be something as milestone, a huge milestone for the crypto space and for holders who continue to add more to that bag. So just stay tuned because I got a feeling that with this list continue to keep piling up, it's bound to happen. Like, it is just, we just being patient, but with so much money that's being tied to XRP and the space and the institutions, I believe we definitely going to get the green light in October, and October is looking good. Unless there's some type of hiccups, unless there's some type of delay, XRP ETF will get approved. And so I'm excited. I hope you are excited too. Let's move on to Ethereum, because Ethereum was hitting an all-time high not too long ago. We want to say it reached like 5K just briefly, but then that was like a pullback, and then it's been pulling back ever since. But it did surge to all-time high, and the likely of a September rate cut that is been put on the table, and we have yet to see if and when the rate cut will be approved. But I do believe that this rate cut is going to not only be a catalyst, but also this is good for crypto, because crypto is a risky asset. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is financial education. So remember to always do your due diligence and do your research, because crypto carries risks. And so do not put money that you cannot afford to lose. So, but Ethereum remains one of the top altcoins of this year, 2025, and I believe it's going to be another top 2026 and possibly 2027, because we just started with Ethereum with people like Tom Lee. Tom Lee, this guy right here, he has so much capital that's tied with Ethereum. He is one of the spearheads of the Ethereum treasury, and he believes Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin end of this year, and he has targets that I'm going to share with you briefly what he believed that Ethereum will do as we close out this year. But I, in my own investment and research, continue to hold. Definitely continue to buy and hold, because Ethereum been in this 2021, and don't look to sell this no time soon, if at all, be honest with you. Because if Bitcoin is where it's at, and it was where Ethereum was at once upon a time, sitting like at 3,000, 4,000. But now when you look at Bitcoin, it's sitting over 100K. If Ethereum can just get half of what Bitcoin is at, hey, I'm all good. And then if it can just go where Bitcoin is at now, it's even better. But at the end of the day, you have to outweigh your pros and cons, and just look at what you are willing to risk. Okay. And so, which brings me to the price action. Okay. The price action on these particular cryptos. Let's talk about Bitcoin. It's been pulling back, and it's sitting at 108 and 322 at the time of recording. So 108K, and it's just continued to just dip. It done had some legs up, but it's just continued to dip. And at this time, we continue to just see and wait. Now, you can buy the dip, or you can just wait. So me, just waiting to see how far it can dip, because it could dip even more. But if you long term like me, I ain't tripping and I ain't panicking. And Ethereum, this one right here, 44.77 at the time of recording. So it could have dipped when you seen this particular episode, but Ethereum, of course, is a long-term hold for me. Okay, you have to do what's best for you, but Ethereum definitely have some legs. And of course, XRP at the time of recording, sitting at $2.82 and continue to dip. And like I said, we buy the low and we sell high, or you can just be patient and just wait and see how far it can dip low, because the lower it go, we buy some more. That's right. So let's talk about predictions and the price target for Bitcoin. Analysts still predicting by the end of this year it could be at 150, between 150 and 200K. And that one still have gas left in the tank. Ethereum, they say by the end of this year, price target, of course, Tom Lee, another analyst, 7,000. I heard 7,500. Some people say 7,000, between 12. The bullish, 10 to 20K for one Ethereum. And that's Tom Lee. That's what he said, with institutional buys and ETF inflows, and of course the treasury. So definitely have the backing behind it and the capital behind it to really push this thing to the next level. XRP price target said I'm sitting $5.50 to $8 by the end of this year. Have yet to be seen, but we definitely, once that ETF get approved, just wait and see. This thing can shoot past $8. Could go $10 to $30 if the adoption and all the institutional buys with all these, like I said, more than 90, if not 92 crypto ETFs get passed. This thing got some room. But if you stay tuned to this particular segment, we're going to talk about real quickly NVDA. That's right, NVDA. I'm so long-term on NVDA. NVIDIA sitting time is recording $173. And they say by end of this year, price target shooting between 200 to 230. That's right, 200 to 230. And I believe it can get there because it beat earnings revenue, but it's had a pullback because on the data center revenue came a little bit short of expectations, just a little bit short, but that's okay, because if you long-term in video like myself, this one right here, this will take you to the next level. I do believe it will take us to the next level. And those who continue to just dollar cost average, which brings me to my strategies, and you got to leave you with the strategies. You got to leave you with things that you can implement right now. That's right. Don't wait. Right now. First one, got to do your research. Continue to DD. Continue to do your due diligence. Research these companies, whether you're in stocks or you in crypto, these projects. 2, you want to build up your shares, build up your coins, either or. Okay. If you got 1 share in NVDA, shoot for 2. If you got 2, shoot for 4. Okay. Double up. If you got 10 XRP, shoot for 20. Okay. You definitely want to build up equity. That's the whole premise of building up shares, build up equity, because you build that up, of course, you're going to have the appreciation, and that's going to only help push your portfolio up. And that's what we all want to do, get this portfolio to another level, from 5 to 10 to 10 to 20 to 20 to 30 to 30 to 50. All right. And that's the name. Moving to buy and hold. Buy and hold. The question I wanted to ask you, how long you plan to hold? Are you going to plan to hold for months? Are you going to plan to hold for years? Okay. And that's stocks and crypto. How long do you plan on holding? Because you are the CEO of your own portfolio. Definitely. So leave me in the comment below. How long do you plan on holding NVDA? How long you plan on holding XRP? How long you plan on holding Bitcoin, Ethereum? And then have a plan. What do you plan on doing with your earnings? Do you plan on paying down debt? Do you plan on building up your emergency fund? Because once you get some type of profit or some type of earnings, when the prices do go up, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks, what do you plan on doing with it? Okay. Do you plan on taking a vacation? Do you plan on starting a side hustle or a business? That is something to consider when these prices appreciate, because they will go up. And the question is, what are you going to do when they do go up? Because if you don't have a plan, you already plan to fail. And I hope that's not for you, because the time is now to invest in yourself, stocks and crypto. Where things are going on, where prices are rising, the tariffs continue to steady come, the inflation continues to hit us, insurance, mortgage, rent, gas. More can I say? Everything is going up but our salaries. Everything is going up but our wages. Everything is going up but our pay. So you got to start to look for extra somewhere around. Pick up a side hustle, start that business, cut back on going out to eat, cut back on going out, popping bottles, getting sections. Now's the time to build up equity. Now's the time to build up your mind. Okay, now it's time to build up your health. Okay, as we go into the 4th quarter, because definitely as this year winds down, do not sit up and regret and wish you could have took the time to reassess, because now is the time to really reassess as we go into the fall. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned, because I got more crypto as well as stocks. Coach Flo, peace.